So we at ComplexCon. Who is the freshest on set?
Tessa.
Yeah, Tessa's probably fly. Yeah. Tessa was fly every day.
Tessa, we would come up in jogging pants, so we would be working. So it's like no, but Tessa 24/7, she was on point.
Yeah.
At least was shy too. At least she don't play. She always got to be kept up. Yeah, for sure.
Corey, who was the last person to walk out of their dressing room?
Corey.
I might be asking the wrong person that question.
I'm coming. That's what it was. It was the guy right there. You can't talk about it. You can't talk about it.
All right. Well, we're going to open it up to our members of the press. Thank you guys so much for coming. Hollywood Unlocked. Good old Jason Lee.
Well, I'm not Jason Lee, I'm Gerard.
No, I know you're not. What's your name?
So, there's a lot of social issues that modern day society we're focused on right now. Are we going to see any of those touched on in Creed 2? And if so, in what way?
We're not. No, legit. Because when the first film came into my hands, I was concerned of mine. I was like, oh, it's a perfect time because of one, Russia. So they thought it was going to be about a movie about America versus Russia, like Rocky 4. And then it wasn't. Even Slide Draft, it was not. You know what I mean? He really wanted to just focus on the character. You know what I mean? That's what brought me in. All my films in the past, anything I've done has always been about character. So that's what was exciting. And so the growing pains of a relationship, him and Tessa, when you hit the nut, like Black Love, it was about the youth before, but now it's like the maturity and growing pains when you're trying to enter a relationship as an adult. You know what I mean? Having a baby, like some of these things that are out there.
Identity issues as well.
Which one?
Identity. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, hands down with both of you guys. You know what I mean, with Drago, that was like the connective tissue was the identity. Like, are we really a chance? Am I? Like, how do we hold up our legacy? And so these things that we want to explore that would hit home for everyone, if that makes sense. Whereas we felt like we have the voice now to speak on it. When we're on this platform to make our comments about anything. Hollywood behind the scenes, we're trying to change the narrative. Obviously, positive Black people on camera. We got cool executive producer, your producer, Amin, Tessa Thompson, Joelle from Alabama, Black dude from Alabama. So it's like there's things that we're doing to make our statement, obviously. There is a strong movement, but ultimately for the film itself, we want to be universal as possible and really make sure people felt something, which I think they do.
All right, thank you guys.
Absolutely. My man right here.
We talked to Corey last week about your training regimen, and he said you had such a hard mindset going into this film. And in the last film, what do you think mentally has changed from the first film going into the process to this film?
I think the first time around was a lot of nerves. You know, first time doing something, not sure exactly how it was going to turn out. Like, how does the hard work or the desire to be great and to do something, how does that translate in reality? How will that actually like really come off on screen? And seeing that, you know, the first film, I mean physically, you mean, right?
Yeah, physically and mentally.
Mentally, so physically, you know, so you know, Creed was what it was. And I think this time around, you always want to grow and be better. So we wanted to raise the bar on all aspects, physically and mentally, you know, and as a project as a whole. So I just, you know, we just set ourselves a goal between ourselves of just, you know, we gotta be the best. You know, you gotta, you know, whether you are or you're not, you know, that's up for speculation and debate. But inside our brains, we gotta think that we're gonna be the best. So we gotta go approach every session in the gym, every time we step in front of that camera as that, and that's kind of what I did on this one.
Right here.
What's up, G?
What's going on, man? You walk on this set right after Black Panther dropped, which you had a lot of recognition. People were saying you were better than Heath Ledger as a villain. You did Fahrenheit movie. You did a lot of stuff on screen that you hadn't done to do Creed 1. Mm-hmm. So you walk onto this set day one with a confidence and sort of a swagger like you never had before in the project. But you're also working with someone different and a different team and not on the Ryan project that you're really comfortable with. What was those nerves like? What was the situation like? Because you have this swagger, but it's like I'm walking into a character I'm familiar with in a situation I'm not. How was that for you?
I think for me, that's very well put. I was kind of like my internal dialogue sometimes. But
that was a great question. You should have been right here.
No, I think it was a little, you know, nerves and, you know, walking into a familiar environment with different people. After getting to know Steven, really sitting down and talking to him and hearing his ideas and his questions, he was asking all the right questions. He cared about all the right things. So I was really confident and comfortable, you know what I'm saying, working with Steven. I think coming off those other projects, you know, being at the place I was at in my career and in my life, stepping on Creed 2, it was a sense of owning the moment, of owning who I am, of owning the place that I'm at, you know, in my career and my life. And that was the first time that I really, as a person, had that self-confidence to really own it. You know what I'm saying? Producing a project, you know what I'm saying? Being on the call sheet, really like, and not in a vain way, but in a responsible, like, leader type of way. Like, this is what comes with this position. You know, on the call sheet, there's a lot of responsibilities that come with that. You gotta empower the people around you. You gotta lead by example every day, even when you're tired. I don't care if you were like, you know what I'm saying, get knocked out the night before, you know what I mean? Your body's tired. You have to show up. There's no other option. So it kind of forced me into into a leadership role that I feel very comfortable in now. So I learned a lot about myself in the movie.
Right. And then back.
So coming off of Creed 1, you know, you're going into Black Panther, like Zilla said, how much did, you know, Creed 1 help you for Black Panther? Obviously, your body was a lot different, but also coming out of Creed 2, I mean, there's a lot of discipline that has gone into it. You know, that discipline is like a muscle. So how much of that translate into your career when it comes to just being able to kind of navigate through it, using that discipline that you learned and kind of progression over the years?
I think for me, one of the things that, like, you know, God and my parents that gave me is discipline and hard work. You know, honestly, that's something that's always been instilled in me at a young age, is work ethic. So that's something that's always been there with me. So going from the first Creed to Black Panther, you know, we just wanted to raise the bar. We wanted to look different. You know what I mean? Creed was a fighter. You know, Black Panther, we wanted to be a weapon. You know what I'm saying? We want to kill longer to be a weapon. You know, and that's what we focused on. And then when we jumped back into, you know, Creed 2, it was the evolution. I wouldn't have physically been where I was in Creed 2 if I didn't go through Creed 1 and Black Panther. It's like, you know, muscle memory. You grow, it gets better the next time you actually really start, you know, hitting the weights and going through that, you know, that
Doesn't always work like
that. But yeah. So I think everything was necessary. You know, without one of those pieces of projects, you know, who knows what happened? What could have been?
We had one back there, and then we'll get right over here to this side, I promise.
Michael, you intrigued a lot of people in a recent interview when you said you take it upon yourself to be kind of the catalyst of Black mythology and Black folklore. How does this go around with Adonis Creed contribute to that from your vantage point?
Oh, I mean, I think it's amazing. I think as far as Creed, having representation on screen for these kids to kind of look at themselves and see, and not just Adonis, but, you know, Bianca as well. You know what I'm saying? You get strong female artists, you know, who's, you know, very, very talented, but facing a lot of different, you know, issues. It's a very layered character through and through. And when it comes to Black mythology, it's like, yeah, we've had them, but we've never seen them on screen like we have in recent, you know, year, and on television, the way moving forward. So for me, you know, I love animation, I love sci-fi, I love, you know, all the stories that I was told as a kid by my parents, you know what I'm saying, all the, you know, the Yoruba, you know what I'm saying, culture and religion in Africa, just all that wrapped up in one. But I want to see those stories on screen. I want to be able to watch them on TV. So I personally take that challenge and that responsibility to make sure those things are going to be made in the future and be seen for everybody. So that's kind of how I feel about that.
Right over here.
This question is for Steven. I'm so impressed by your age, and I'm kind of wondering if you're under a lot of pressure following in the footsteps of Brian Coogler.
No, yeah, I was. I mean, I still am, I guess, now that the project's out in the limelight. But yeah, I'm 30. I guess if that's your own age. I feel something young. But ultimately, like, I've been doing this for a while. You know what I mean? This is the first time in front of, you know, a lot of cameras. I've been making short films since I was a kid. You know what I mean? So that's always the same, no matter what scale of project you're on. But for this one, yeah, stepping into a Creed 2 a sequel. When I said this earlier, it's like it's scary to the sense of, like, you don't want to drop the ball, but I felt like after meeting him, honestly, and then talking to Sly and allowing me to do my thing, I felt comfortable. So really that support system that helped throughout the whole project, man. The studio letting us do our thing, Mike having that experience. So I didn't feel, I guess, any pressure during the process. The only pressure we had was the ones we created for ourselves, because we're trying to do something different. So it's still in the same box, and I think some of you guys may have seen it or will see it. still has those similarities that you feel, like I said, those themes, but ultimately when you go down to the basics, I feel like a lot of me's put on screen, I can walk away really happy with it. I think the relationship avenue, my wife is in the back, so you see that they grow in their relationship, so it's like a lot of connective tissue. So I'm proud of the project, but the pressure kind of like just sways itself, you know what I mean, once you really try to focus on what's really important and the people around you, so thank you guys. No pressure.
Thank you for watching Muse. If you like what you saw, make sure to subscribe to our channel and click on all the other videos you see to watch more of our content.